or am I filling that hole with good stuff that makes me whole?
What are some practical steps someone can take if they're feeling separate and they would like to feel more connected to the world around them?
Well, it's understanding how negative thoughts make you separate. First and foremost, you have to realize that. The other day I was saying the fact that, have you noticed that when people are overthinking, that it's not like they're overthinking with positive thoughts. They always overthink with negative thoughts. It's not like, hey man, I have too many positive thoughts. I'm overthinking all of the goodness in my life and the great things in my life and how awesome life is. I'm just overthinking with all of that. No, it's always I'm overthinking moves towards the negative because negative thoughts create clutter. Clutter lowers your state of mind. Fear, worry, anxiety, negative thoughts. Those are all characteristics of a low state of mind. A high state of mind is characteristic of joy, peace, love, confidence, and courage, and clarity. So high state, low state. So when I'm in a low state, the key is to understand I can get to a higher state. But negative thoughts are what bring me to that lower state. Negative thoughts create separation. Negative thoughts bring you down. Negative thoughts make you feel powerless. At the psychological level, there's a battle going on between these forces that want to separate and divide you and bring you down, and this power of love that wants to unite you and connect you and make you whole. Once you see this, you can't unsee it. At the psychological level, are we becoming more one or are we becoming more separate? And this is the key to life. And this is why I'm so excited about the one truth, because once you understand this and how negative thoughts work, you will not let them defeat you. You will not let them make you feel discouraged. You won't let them bring you down. And you won't blame yourself for the negative thoughts in your head. Because I have so many young people today that are blaming themselves for the negative thoughts that they have in their head. They think they're from them. But what I ask them is, hey, if you think your negative thoughts are coming from you, who would ever choose to have a negative thought? Would you ever choose a negative thought? No, you would never choose one. They're always coming in and they create the clutter and they create the overthinking and they bring you down and they make you feel powerless, worried, chronic stress, anxiety, fear. What I said earlier, right? Anxiety is separation, division. So this is the key to understanding how negative thoughts will do that. And then positive thoughts uplift. They unite. Whereas fear divides, love unites. And love creates connection. Connection and oneness. That's what love does in relationships. It does that for you spiritually. Connection. Once you have connection, you have so much more clarity. That's why meditation is very helpful. Mindfulness is helpful. Prayer is helpful. It helps you connect. In that connection, you have so much more clarity. You see the world more clear. You get these clarity of ideas, of vision, of mission. You know where you're going, why you're going there. Meaning starts to become clear for you. Purpose starts to become clear. In that oneness, you have so much more clarity, which then gives you confidence. Someone with clarity has a lot of confidence. They know where they're going and why they're going there. And in sports, you see this play out. When you have clarity, you're in the zone. The zone is the ultimate clarity moment. When you are in the zone, you have so much more confidence. And in that confidence, you now have the courage to go after it. You're not fearful. When you're in a low state, you don't want the ball. You don't want the challenge. You don't want to make that sales call. In a high state, you're like, bring it on. Let's go. I'll make it happen. In a low state of mind, the rejection happens. The mistake happens and you start questioning everything. You think something's wrong. You think you're broken. In a high state, you face the same rejection, the same adversity, and you're like, let's go. Next play, next call, next moment. I'll make this one great. And you don't overthink, you have clarity. So this is the key, clarity and clutter. And then once you do that, okay, how can I elevate my state of mind? Tune, T-U-N-E. T is trust. When the doubt comes in, you trust. U is unite with love. Love casts out fear. So anytime fear sets in, focus on love. The minute you focus on loving the moment, loving the competition, loving the battle, loving that I get to go sell, loving that I get to go do this, I get to do this interview. You're loving each opportunity, fear will dissipate. When I was writing The Carpenter, I had writer's block. I couldn't write and I was stuck and it never happened to me before. I was filled with all these thoughts of overthinking that my best work was behind me. People love Training Camp, The Energy Bus, and the other books, and they were loving them and I thought, I'm going to write a piece of junk. People are going to say my best work was behind me and I was stuck. I woke up one morning with the truth. Love casts out fear. All I got to do is love the reader, love writing again, because that's how I wrote my first books, and love the process. Don't worry about the outcome. Don't worry about expectation. You just love the reader and love the process and love writing, and you'll love what the outcome is. I wrote that book in 2.5 weeks after that. Someone asked me the other day about ChatGPT, because it can write all these books in 10 seconds. What could you do that ChatGPT can't do? And I said, I could love the reader. I could love the reader. As I'm writing, I can put that love into the words I'm writing. And there's an essence to words. There's an essence and an energy to everything you put forth in books, in talks, in music. And when people are reading, they feel that love. And guess what? That's the differentiator. So I could love the reader, and love casts out fear. And that's why I wrote that book in 2.5 weeks. The minute you focus on love, fear dissipates. And this is my greatest strategy that I share with professional athletes and college athletes, because they get caught up in the fear, the expectation, the pressure, and the noise. And I get them back to focusing on the love of the competition, loving the battle, love competing while you're in that moment. Like, let's see if you can beat me or I can beat you. That's what it's all about today. It's not about anything else. It's like, who can win this battle? And that's how I play pickleball today, by the way. I focus on loving the battle. So that's unite with love. N is neutralize the negativity. You got to neutralize the negativity. It comes your way, you got to neutralize it. Don't let it take hold. Gandhi said, I will not let anyone walk through my mind with their dirty feet, and neither should you. Neutralize the negativity. And then E, elevate your thinking. Optimism, belief, prayer. These elevate your thinking, and this is key. Like, I am strong. I am powerful. I am a champion. I am here to overcome these challenges. I am a world-class podcaster. I know this about you. If you didn't believe this would be a huge success, it wouldn't have happened. You believed it. This is the difference. This is the difference between you and others. Some people start it and they'll see what happens. You believed it, and every day you show up, that belief creates your reality. As a man thinks, he becomes. As a woman thinks, she becomes. What we think, we create. The words we say, the thoughts we think become the life that we live and create. And that's the point of elevating your thinking. You've got to elevate it. This is not just a nice way to lead and live. This is not just, be positive. This is the only way to live, to create your future, when you realize that your thoughts create your reality. And I was with Texas football during training camp, and I had them say, I am. And each guy got up and said, I am strong. I am a warrior. They said all these different things. One guy said, I am enough. They were saying all these things like, I am. It was so powerful. But even more powerful, I go to the weight room to work out about 2 hours later. They're all in the weight room. The strength coach is in the middle of them. They're in a circle around the strength coach, and that strength coach yells, I am. And then they yelled, my brother's keeper. He goes, I am. And they yelled, my brother's keeper. And I said, wow, this is going to be a different Texas football team this year. This will be a team that beats Alabama, which they did.
Holy smokes, Jon.
If you enjoyed this clip, watch the full episode right over here, and don't forget to subscribe.